Greetings, Red Wolf Nation, and welcome to Inside IU East Sports. I'm Kyle Wright with the IU East Athletic Department, keeping you company this evening, and we're so grateful that you've joined us. It is time for gearing up for spring sports here at IU East, and here to talk about the IU East women's golf program is the head coach of the Red Wolves, Billy Mullin. So, Billy, thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, thanks for having me, Kyle.
All right, well, before we look ahead, we'd like to look back. So my first question is usually to look back at last season. That's not really fair to ask you because you came aboard this fall, so I'll kind of recap the spring a little bit. It was an interesting season, kind of bad weather followed IU East wherever it went last spring. Went to North Carolina for a tournament and got the remnants of a nor'easter, so it was about the 30s in the first week of March. Then tried to go to Florida, but the rain followed them there, so in fact had a round rained out, so a soggy trip to Florida. And then came back for the conference tournament where it snowed. So a rough weather season, but it ended successfully as IU East finished second in the team standings at the conference tournament, which is the best finish ever for an IU East women's golf program. Bri Nowak won the conference tournament medalist honors for the second time in 3 years. Went on to nationals and had a great week, finished 10th and made the all-tournament team, which also led to a spot on the All-America team. So, Coach, that was last spring, and that's about where you come in. You came aboard over the summer, and you led the team during the short fall season, which all of our spring sports teams have. So I'll let you recap the fall that the team had.
I thought we had a very successful fall. Just coming in, being a new coach, and just with all the change, and stuff. I thought the girls handled the transition well. And we started out with our tournament. We got second in our tournament, the Redwoods Fall Classic at the Elks Country Club. And Bri shot 71 the last day, and she was the tournament medalist. So very happy for her and her team, and we improved our scores from the previous year, which really made me feel good and girls feel good. And then we went to the Cumberlands. We were second after we played really well the first day. If we would have finished, we would probably get a little lower, but I think we shot 320 the first day. Second day did not go as planned, and we ended up getting fifth in that tournament. So then we went to Covington, Tennessee, and played Free Harmons tournament and got second in it. That was our longest trip of the year. I think it was like an 8-hour trip that we made. And we came back and played DePaul's tournament. We got third in it. We got fourth in DePaul's tournament. And then the fall conference preview at the Belterra, we won it. And Bri was also the medalist for the conference fall tournament.
So a really strong start to the fall. And I should mention the second places you finished, most of those were behind top 25 teams as well. So basically, if it wasn't a top 25 team, you were beating folks left and right during the fall.
Yeah, I mean, Freed Harmon won our tournament. They were ranked, and then Cumberland had three ranked teams in that one, and then Freed beat us again in their tournament, and they're ranked. So, outside of that, I thought we competed at a pretty high level. I was pretty pleased overall.
And I know the next step is to beat those teams as well. So
yes.
As we look ahead to this season, kind of fill in the blank. We'll have a couple fun questions. Personality of this team. You've had several months to get to know them. So how would you complete this sentence? The personality of this team is?
No, I would say this team is driven. They have a goal, and my job is to help them achieve their goal. And so I'm excited to see how it turns out this spring.
Right. Okay. And then again, this question kind of open-ended. It can go a lot of different ways. But in your mind, how would you finish this sentence? This season will be a success if blank. How would you define that for this year?
They got to continue. We got to continue what we're doing. I mean, the girls have bought in from day one since I've been the coach. I've never had any backlash. I said, as crazy as it seems, just give me a chance. And I think they're to find out that it's working for them. And I think if we just continue on that path and they stay bought in, we'll get where we need to be. And I might sound a little arrogant, but I'm also very confident in that as well.
Well, let's go ahead and meet the team. You and I are college basketball fans, so we'll call them the Fab Five. We'll both break out a college basketball reference.
Yeah.
Again, Bri Nowak, who we talked about earlier, this is her senior year. As someone who's known her from day one, been everything we could have asked for, both in the classroom and on the golf course, has won the conference tournament as an individual 2 of the last 3 years. All-America last year, all-tournament team at the national tournament, and on and on and on I could go, but just talk about what Bri has meant to you in this year.
Well, it's hard to put it into words. I mean, I'm like you. I could talk forever about her. I mean, first of all, I need to thank her because she's been very accepting to me. And when your best player, is bought into the coach. Everybody else just kind of falls in line. So I thank her for that. And she's also helped me on the back end on some things, just some things I need to learn. And she's been very helpful for me. So beyond the great golf scores and all the great golf accomplishments, I mean, I look at her just from a leadership standpoint, how helpful she's been to me as a coach and other coaches, and also how helpful she's been to the other girls on the team. So that's something right there is her leadership. And that's something we talked about in the fall. She said, Coach, I want to be a better leader. Okay, so I gave her a couple of ideas, I thought, but, it's been her. I mean, she's a leader. She's a leader of the pack. I mean, she just is. I mean, and she's an outstanding student on the chancellor's list, 4.0. She's been accepted into grad school. But, she's an excellent golfer, has an excellent golf swing. She's worked hard on her game. She's a serious student, serious athlete. And I'm lucky because I get to spend a lot of time with her, so I'm lucky in that regard. We're able to just see her, and stuff. So she's been a pleasure to have around, and she'll always be a part of the program. And she's going to go down as probably one of the best athletes to ever go to school here.
Absolutely. On the golf course, when things are going right for her, what parts of her game are really shining if things are going well for her on the course? Yeah,
she's a great ball striker. And it goes back to her great golf swing. I mean, through the bag. I mean, from driver to irons to wedges. I mean, she's as good as it gets, And, man, I tell you, if somebody could have been there to River State's conference, and on the Belterra golf course, that first round, I mean, she put on a show, So that's the best part of her game. And we're working on putting and stuff. And she's not a bad putter, but she can improve there.
Yeah. Then I got two juniors to meet. So the first one of those is Lexi Fields, who has been on the all-conference team in the past. So talk about Lexi a little bit.
Yeah, no, Lexi's very enjoyable to be around. She has a great personality. She's a very good student in the classroom. Again, very helpful. She's driven for the team success. I very much appreciate that about her. She has been. She's probably our most consistent player. That sounds crazy when you got a Bri Nowak on your team to say that, but she's consistently been in those low 80s, and it's just time and time again. And she's one of the best players in the conference, and I'm really dependent on her this spring because she's got the game for it. And if we can get to that next level, great. But still stay where we're at. But I have high hopes for Lexi, and she's got a good feel for the game.
Right. The same question I asked about Bri. When Lexi's got it going, what parts of her game are really rolling when she's rolling?
Oh, I would say for her, it's the short game, the chipping and putting. I think she's gotten better at that since we started. And River State's conference, she missed the first three greens, got up and down all three of them. One of them was all sand trap, one was a bump and run shot, and the other one was a little pitch shot. So 3 different chip shots. She got up and down and got a round started, and she had a very good solid round. And matter of fact, if she doesn't play as well as she plays in the second round, we probably do not win the fall preview. So, but no, she's great to be around, and she's definitely a big cog in this.
Another junior we'll put the spotlight on, which is ironic because she runs the spotlight for the starting lineups at the IU East basketball games, but Hannah Johnson, also part of that junior class.
Hannah's a Red Wolf. I mean, she loves being here. She loves the campus. She loves the golf team. She loves all the athletics, all the other events that goes on campus. I mean, she is. When you think of a Red Wolf, I think of her because there's more to her than just the golf. Her golf game is good. She's very athletic. She hits the ball a long way. She hits it as long as Bri does, just about. She's got a good golf swing. And she's probably a better putter than what she thinks she is. And but again, like Bri, Hannah's been very helpful to me getting started, helping with the transition, and her buy-in to this team has been very important. One of the reasons we were successful this past fall, and I don't take it for granted, is how helpful and with the buy-in Hannah has given the program, and I think that's helped us become successful.
Right. And same question about Hannah. When she's got it rolling, what parts of her game are shining through?
I think when her putter is, she hits the ball pretty good. I think when her putting's well, that takes her game to the next level.
Then sophomore, Joe Weiss Cup. She really came on strong at the end of the fall, if my memory serves me correctly. So talk about Joe a little bit.
Yeah, Joe was one of the top performers in the fall season. Joe's gotten better, and I think she worked very hard over the summer. Some of that was seen right away in the fall, and then she just got better and better as the fall went on. Very happy for her. Joe's a competitor. She's probably as competitive as anybody on the team. And I noticed that right away about Joe, and I appreciate that about her competitiveness. She's strong. She's very strong. She's very strong at the bottom of the swing, which helps her really launch the golf ball, especially come out of the rough and stuff. And she got good distance off the tee. We tweaked a few things with the putt. We're still working on that, but I think she's getting better at it. And as that continues, look for her scores to continue to drop.
Okay, which you kind of led into my next question. Just what parts of her game does she need to have going to be scoring well?
Right. Well, I think putting's the biggest thing for her. And one thing about Joe is, it needs to be mentioned here, she has a vision problem. She's partially blind. She's not legally blind, but she is partially blind. And, it's just amazing the success she's able to have given that situation she deals with. Nobody else has to deal with that other than her. So it's sometimes a little harder for her to read putts. Sometimes, but I give her, I tell you what, she don't cry about using it as an excuse. We know it's there. We assist her with it the best that we can. But I really admire that about Joe. She's not going to let something hold her back.
Right. And then one freshman to talk about, Paola Delgado, a freshman with a world of potential from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it, world of potential. Paola has the $1 million smile. She has a great smile. Nobody's made a bigger adjustment or change to be here or sacrifice to be here more than Paola has. I call her Pal. It's easier to call her Pal. I know her as Pal. But anyway, she has been, she's strong. She hits the ball well. She goes that freshman adjustment first semester, just being away from home and playing different courses and different grasses and different ground conditions, which you don't think about. But the soil and turf in the Midwest and the northern southern part of our country is different than the soil down in Puerto Rico, which she's used to. So she's made an adjustment, but she's doing well academically, and I look for big things out of Pal. I think she's going to be an all-conference player before it's all said and done here. No doubt in my mind. Her best golf is still in front of her. And I'm very comfortable and pleased with where she's at as a freshman.
And what do you consider the strengths in her game when she's playing well?
She's our best putter. It just getting those irons more accurate, because she hits the ball good off the tee. And, just hitting the ball in a situation to where she gives her putter a chance to really help her out.
So those are the players, and part of any good team is also the coaching staff. I know you wanted to give a shout-out to your coaching staff, so I'll basically give you the mic, chat about the contributions your assistants have made in this first year for you.
Yeah, well, I brought Jeff Williams on this year. Jeff has a basketball background, but he understands teams. He understands what teams do, and he does a lot of things to help us out, especially on the mental side. The girls really appreciate him and like him, and it's really worked out well having him on board. I think it's kind of rejuvenated his coaching experience as a whole, because all he knew was basketball, So doing this differently and stuff, and he brings a lot of value to the team. And I knew he would, and so it's been a pleasure having him on board. And Coach Seth Biva has been with the program for 4 or 5 years now.
For as long as I can remember.
Yeah, to say, yeah. So he's helped me out with kind of a lot of behind the scenes stuff. He's somebody the girls know. He's that familiar face to them, and so he's had the prior relationship that Jeff and I are still building with them. So Seth already had it because he's been with them for 3 or 4 years. So he's been the constant figure for them. So he's been very helpful too in with our program.
All right, so it was all definitely working in the fall, and we look forward to big things in the spring as well. We will look at the Red Wolves spring schedule when we come back on Inside IUE Sports.
Okay.
3 years ago, I came here to play basketball here at IU East, and I'm a business finance major, and I really just wanted to get into a bank, and First Bank Richmond was very accepting and gave me an opportunity. I kind of got to see more as an employee instead of a student athlete of how they really impact the community. Back home, I feel like there's really not an organization like First Bank Richmond that gives back to their community like they do here in Richmond. First Bank Richmond is just very generous in all that they do in the community, and that is tremendous.
Hi, I'm Kyle Tom with Caldwell Banker Lingle. I've been blessed to be a broker here in the Richmond-Wayne County community for over 25 years, and I love our community. I would like to take this time to thank you, my customers, clients, friends, and family, for giving me the opportunity and the support to be able to give back to the charitable organizations and youth activities in our community. If you're thinking of selling your home, join our team and help be a part of giving back to the youth in our community.
What if a home phone could also be a smartphone? And what if that home phone could save you money on your home and wireless bill at the same time? With Xfinity Voice, you get amazing technology like readable voicemail on your smartphone, caller ID on your TV, and even text messaging, all for a low price. Start saving with unlimited nationwide talk and text and switch to Xfinity Voice for just $19.99 a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Almost done.
Now you can pay your bill, manage your appointments, and check your connection status. Anytime, anywhere.
Oh, so you're protesting? Okay.
Introducing Xfinity My Account, available on any device.
What can I do for you today?
My throat's been hurting all day and I have class in an hour.
Okay, let's get you feeling better.
Receive quality care without the wait. Read Health Now, right beside you.
Hi, how can I help you?
My daughter has a fever and she isn't feeling well.
Okay, let's get her feeling better.
Receive quality care within the comfort of your own home. Read Health Now, right beside you.
And welcome back to Inside IU East Sports. We are meeting the 2019 IU East women's golf team with Coach Billy Mullin. So we just met the players and the coaches. Now it's time to take a look at the schedule. So, Coach, it's interesting in the spring, even though it's the main season, in some ways it's actually shorter than the fall season just because of the way the weather is. But you got basically 3 regular season tournaments, a conference tournament, and a national tournament. So we'll look at the schedule. One event officially in March, which is, this is interesting, it's the Lawrence Tech University Spring Break Invitational. Lawrence Tech is in Michigan. This particular tournament's in Alabama, and I assume this is part of a larger spring break trip. So talk about that excursion you're going to be on in March.
Yeah, we're going to leave that Sunday, I think the 11th or that week, or yeah. Anyway, we're going to go down to Panama City Beach and do some practicing down there, and then on our way back, we're going to hit this tournament here in Opelika, Alabama, at the Grand National Golf Course that the PGA has played some events on, and I think the LPGA is going there in the fall, I believe. So, great competition. 4 ranked teams are going to be there, and Red Wolves are going to be there as well. So, it's a great way to break into the season and get some competition under our belts and knock some winter rust off.
Say, hopefully good weather follows you there. And I assume you as a golf fan and the players as well, getting a chance to play on these courses where they can literally see it on TV during other parts of the year. I assume that's a neat thing both for you and the players.
Yeah, I think it is, and I'm sure the girls do as well. And girls are excited, and just kind of break the monotony up of the stresses of school and practices, and just doing something different and kind of fine tune ourselves to get ready for our spring run.
Right. Then a couple tournaments in early April to get ready for the conference tournament. They're both hosted by fellow conference opponents, so it'll be a chance to look at some of the. Actually, in fact, it's hosted by the other teams that were in the top 3 last year. So you'll head to Midway's Invitational on April 8th and 9th, IU Kokomo's Invitational on April 14th and 15th. So talk about what you'll be looking for as you build toward that big conference tournament.
Well, just continue to get more tournament experience. Also, kind of gives us kind of a sneak peek where we're at, where we rank with the other other conference schools as well, just kind of give us an idea. And Frankfort Country Club is a nice place. It's a nice country club. It's got good big grass fairway, so that'll be a good experience playing a well-conditioned golf course. And in the Kokomo tournament, we need to have a presence here in the northern part of the state. So and that tournament kind of fit our bill. So again, it's a chance to play against our conference school before we head for the big show in a couple weeks after that.
And the big show, as you said, it's the River States Conference Championships. It's being played in Belterra Resort, which is on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, basically. That was the site of your triumph in the fall preview. So again, this is it, because this is basically where the Nationals bids are determined, as well as conference placing. So just talk about, obviously the goal is to win it, but just talk about the approach you want the team to have heading into that conference tournament.
Well, we had a team meeting a few weeks ago, and I told them some things about, knowing the course the way they need to know it, I brought a couple of my former players in, and I said, okay, so this is where we played the sectional. I was a high school coach. This is where we played the sectional regional at. Okay, tell me that this hole, hole number 15 here. Tell me about that hole, And so I told the girls, that's okay, you don't know it now, but this spring when I quiz you, I want you to tell me something about that hole, So we got to know that golf course, and even though we played well on it, there's still more to learn at the Belterra golf course, and I want them to have as much course knowledge going in. And I want them to know that place as well as they can know it. And I think that's going to increase our chances of being successful there. And let's just face it, this is something we've talked about since I took the job over in August. Was winning this conference tournament, and we're not playing the other teams; we're playing the golf course. So the first thing is we got to know that golf course as well as we can know it. So that's step one. And then all the things we've been doing this spring. But this is definitely the one tournament we want to win. This is it. And we're not hiding from it. This is the way it is.
From what you saw in the fall, anything particularly distinctive about that golf course, or perhaps for our local golf fans, is it similar to any courses they might know around our area?
The greens are very fast. The greens were very fast this past fall. They got the 1200 stent meters. That's almost like that's every bit as fast as Forest Hills is here in Richmond. For folks who understand local golf, or way Connorsville's course country club has been. So kind of gives you an idea how fast those greens are down there. It's a well laid out golf course. It's bunkered very well around the greens. You'll get penalized for missed shots. So we got to be more accurate with our irons. And we got to putt a little better. I think we putt a little better. I think it's going to make things easier for us. So, but it's a great golf course. It's a beautiful golf course, and it's a great venue for our conference championship to be at.
And if you're looking at our schedule graphic here, we already have the national tournament on there. We're not jinxing anything, because by virtue of her all-tournament team finish at the national tournament last year, Bri Nowak, as long as she's healthy at the conference championship, she has already qualified for the national tournament this year. So, but obviously the main goal is to bring the whole team. So just talk about that. I assume that's it's got to be a relief for Bri, knowing that, hey, stay healthy and I get to go. And then I'm sure there's excitement trying to bring the rest of the team this year as well.
Oh, there is. But if you talk to the girls, talk to Bri. I'm excited Bri gets to go there. But that hasn't, and we don't talk about that much, other than about her going. It's all about the team going. And I know nobody wants that more than she does. Bri does. She wants her teammates to go. She went by herself a couple of times. It was a great experience for her, but it's nothing like taking your team with you, And she wants to take her team with us. The girls on the team want to go. They want to they want to have that experience with her. And it's been a driving force. It's been a driving force for us all fall and into this off season, where the girls have been working very hard in getting more athletic. And we've worked, we go three days a week. We're in the morning, first thing in the morning, we're in the gym, working out. And matter of fact, I think people, they kicked us out of a spinning class because we overpopulated it. They asked us to come at a different time, and gee whiz, we were going at 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, now we're going at 5:30 in the morning to go to spin class. Get our cardio up, because the River States Conference is a 36-hole event on the first day. So, and Bri has spearheaded this. She has spearheaded this. I'm sorry, and. Probably a part of me wants it more for her than I do myself, but I want for all the girls to go too, and for the school to go to the Nationals. I think that'd be a great thing for all of us, and just the experience,
Right. And the way, for those not familiar with NAIA golf, basically the conference team champion represents the conference at nationals as well as the individual medalist. So that's why finishing first at the conference tournament is pretty critical. So we've got a couple minutes left. You've already touched on some of the things that the team's been doing to get ready. This isn't a case where the team put the clubs away in October and not going to get them out till that first. You've been doing a lot to get ready. So we've got about 90 seconds. In addition to all that conditioning, just how have you kept the team in tip-top shape to get ready for this season?
I think we've been communicating very well amongst each other, and social media allows you to do that more so now than in the past. And trying to mix practices up so they don't get stagnant and boring. And it's easy to do this time of year when you're stuck indoors a lot in the Midwest. But this team's connected, and they're goal driven, and we've been this way since we started. I haven't seen any reason for me to think it hasn't been. Golf's a crazy game, we all know that, but we're gonna stick to the plan, and we're just gonna keep on doing what we're doing, and it's gonna pay off. I'm very confident it will pay off for us.
All right, well, we're certainly looking forward to it. So anything else you'd like the community to know about the IU East women's golf team for this year?
They're a hardworking group of girls, and I've never been a part of a team that's been. I may have had better teams, worse teams, I don't know, but I know one thing for sure is I've never been a team that has just been as focused as this team has on a greater goal. And it's been fun to be a part of. And I don't think that people see, they see all the hard work and they see the videos online, but I think people need to understand that we have fun. I mean, I don't think people see that, and I know people. I don't think my teams at Hagerstown got credit for that, and I want to make sure this team gets credit for that too. How much fun these girls are having.
Right, it certainly looks like it. So,
yeah.
All right, so it all starts on March 14th and 15th with the Lawrence Tech Tournament, which is actually held in Alabama. You can check out the full schedule at IUERedWolves.com. This has been Inside IUE Sports. I'm your host, Kyle Wright. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time.